Hello, and welcome back to Dragon's Dogma. Well, we've gone through the Everfall now. It's time to go beyond. We've gotten all the wake stones we need.
Yes, at last. At last you've gathered the whole of them. With them, you can summon forth a rift of considerable power. This rift, born of the wake stone's power, will guide you forward, Arisen. I fear there will be no returning to this place. Are you prepared to journey on? This pawn will await you here. I fear there will end this, Arisen. May the world be put right by your hand.
Whoa. A bit odd. Seeing a bunch of heart gems floating like bees.
I've gained quest knowledge.
End this, Arisen. May the world be put right by your...
Indeed, well,
And fall beyond.
you don't see that every day. We've fallen from much greater heights and survived, so... Interesting. It looks like the rift inside the rift stones, with a slight difference. A glowing sphincter of light.
Well met, Arisen. I'll not waste time on rhetoric. Defeat me, and take my place as keeper of this world. You saw it awaiting you at the end of your descent. Aye, the same world you've traveled to arrive at this place. A world you may well now inherit. It is a simple proposition, no different than any you've faced. You need only the will to claim what is offered you. The will to survive.
Yes, fight, Arisen, as you e'er have fought in coming here. What is it that impels you? What force spurs you on? What sustained your wanderings and led you here? I ask you, what is it that makes you alive? 'Tis volition, unbending will. You are here because you willed it, Arisen. That alone has brought you here.
Looks as though we've met our maker. Many questions will be answered, I'm sure.
Consider the infinite potential.
Perfection.
Just as you call forth pawns, so I command all life into existence. Call it divine creation if you must, but expect none of the mercy men seek in their gods. This is cold truth, the unbending reality of a world without compassion. The world and all its denizens are but empty vessels. In that regard, no different than the pawns. Without volition, there is no true life.
Holy
The
shit.
world falls stagnant, dead as an ocean with no current to guide it. That volition is tempered by the struggle for survival. The decision, just like yours, to fight. Just as the pawns need a master's command, so the world thirsts for the will to live.
Let us continue, Arisen. Show that you are more than an empty vessel, animated by forces unseen. Show that the temper of your soul is strong enough to command far more than mere pawns. Show that your will is fit to bind the fraying circle of this world and hold it fast. Fight tooth and claw, struggle now and cling to life. Show that living holds worth enough to fight for.
Now, as with the dragon battle, there are several side paths that we can see, though there's only one to get through it. And if we don't cling to life, we find out a very interesting fact. Yes, it appears as though the dragon and probably all the dragon kin were once arisen in some form or another. Things are starting to make a little more sense now. Don't give us the credits. We know that's not the end.
Let us continue. Show that you are more than an empty vessel, animated by forces unseen. Show that the temper of your soul is strong enough to come.
Can't run away, though. That eyebrow.
It is time to decide. Will you claim your right as arisen? Or shrug the burden and seek peace in oblivion? Just so. One foot after the next, come what may. That is what it means to live. Turn back now, and I will grant you a merciful death.
I love that look on his face.
The choice is yours, Arisen. Yours alone.
'Tis a simple choice, Arisen. Step forward or retreat. Accept the quiet emptiness of a false peace, a false life.
Then you would choose peace. That too is a valid fate.
Indeed it is. Let's choose peace. A simple life. No scars, no dragons. No gaping maw of the Everfall.
Now I think on it. I found this not long ago. Long as I have you here, I ought pass it on to you.
Just a blushing Valmiro. And hey, the Chief and Kina.
Then fear has bested you as well. So be it. Go and seek your peace, your guttering beacon in the churning dark. And I shall await the coming of the next.
But we refuse. And I regret not taking off my hat, because there's some good reactions, but alas. You notice I switch back to assassin.
Why not put an end to it? The praises of the quiet life are sung far too infrequent.
And this is why.
That's a mite harsh, aye? Ever the noble one, you.
Just a bit harsh.
Go. There is naught to be gained from my words now. Indeed, heed no voice but your own.
You're not without a home to return to.
Look at this.
Why? What is it drives you so?
Look at the counter window on that. Ridiculous.
My! 'Tis too great an honor for one of my stature.
Eat it, Festy.
Why this hesitation, sir? You've aught to protect, do you not? This is your answer, then.
This is a bit of a revenge road, I'd say. That's how we deal with dukes and delusions.
I would beg you rest a while yet, but just as likely would turn a deaf ear. Instead, I ask only that you keep us in mind now and again.
Never. Oh dang, Madeline pulled the knife on us.
Goodbye.
Sounds like AOL.
I was always so afraid. You seemed ever like to leave for somewhere I could not follow.
Dang, even Kina pulled the knife on us.
Was to be the side of those I loved. All I ever asked.
Not even Fornival can stand in our way.
You are close now. So very close to me.
Come, Arisen. I shall meet you on your own terms, joined by my own companions of old. You stand now at its end, Arisen. See your journey through.
And it's Savan. The Arisen we faced.
Temper your soul in its heat. The forge of my heart grows cold. The world shivers for it. Know this, the world is merciless, cold and empty for all its beauty. It is an ever-turning wheel, perfect beyond compare. It is my and spinning. My will that urges time onward through eternity.
We can deal the final blow.
We must fight, and through fighting, prove the temper of our will.
Best we watch and wait.
An earthquake and an odd, cloudy rift. Strange.
While he prepares his massive attack.
Yes, the only way to finish this is to attack him while your pawn holds him still. And so, we kickflip God.
Until its end.
We roundhouse kicked even the Maker.
Arisen, forgive me. All I've done is to test your will. It is the fate of all Arisen. You and I are swept up in the current, same as the rest. Each tempers the volition of the next, and the endless cycle continues. And so, until the coming of a new soul fit to craft the will to live, someone like you. Until that day, may you guide the world ever justly. I present you with the Godsbane Blade. Those who arise to oversee this world are undying, save by this brand's kiss. I ask that you, as the world's new seneschal, use it now to vouchsafe freedom to your weary servant.
Now, Savan is the seneschal
of the world beyond the rift.
Only on your first playthrough.
Place, a forgotten one.
We'll see what happens on further playthroughs.
New crown sovereign and keeper of eternity. Grant me now this single boon. The fire of my life is spent in guttering. Give me freedom with the kiss of the Godsbane Blade. If there is aught you wish to know afore my death, you need but ask. My knowledge, as my all, is yours to take. What would you hear of me? The Seneschal is steward to the world. The world you traveled now rests in your care. Just as the Arisen calls pawn into being and sets them to motion, the Seneschal holds dominion over all living things. There are those who would call such a being Maker, or God. I cannot deny the claim any more than affirm it. In the end, they are but words. Call it what you will. Such is the office I have served, just as those before me and you beyond unto eternity.
Even we who traverse the rift.
New crown. If there is aught, my knowledge, as the pawns exist astride the rift. They speak of a multitude of worlds, each infinite unto itself. Limitless in span and lost to time, these worlds extend in an eternal, perfect loop. Just as a ring lacks start and end, so this world has no origin, no final terminus. If it does, they lie beyond our ken. We are prisoners of unpassing time, wandering an unending land. What lies beyond, we cannot know.
Rifts are but
new crown. If there is aught, my knowledge, as There is life in the world, and with it death. Naught lasts forever. Each rises and falls in its time. But such is a death akin to that of ponds. They appear in this world and vanish, only to appear again, like bubbles in a mountain spring. As so it is with all that lives within this eternal world. In time, you will come to see it happen under your watch, Seneschal. Each beast, each blade of grass, each human life is born to die and be born again in endless rhythm. Naught lasts forever, yet all persists unto eternity.
It feels
New crowns. If there is my knowledge as my all, will is that which led you to this place, and that which turns the eternal wheel of the world. Along the endless string of life and death, there are some born with a hunger. They yearn for some other, better place. They are the Arisen, nascent fountainheads of will. And so the dragon is sent into the world to guide the Arisen, and refine them, to temper their wills into aught capable of sustaining the world. And so the cycle of our world has e'er continued.
Interesting.
If there is aught you wish to know for my death.
Let's give him what he wants.
Mourn me not, for I welcome the release. At long last, I am free of eternity, of infinity, free of the cruel, unending ring.
Well, we're the new deity. However,
consider the infinite potential.
Imagine 4 buff men on the edge of a cliff.
Just as you call forth pawns, so I command all life into existence. Call it divine creation if you must, but expect none of the mercy men seek in their gods. This is cold truth, the unbending reality of a world without compassion. The world and all its denizens are but empty vessels. In that regard, no different than the pawns. Without volition, there is no true life.
Truly a terrible sight to behold. Now, when you complete the game for a second time, if you're offline, Seneschal is your previous character in whatever
I shall meet you on your own terms, joined by my own
final battle.
of old.
However,
Stand
if you're
now at its
online,
end, Arisen.
it has a chance
See
of
your
being
journey through.
someone else's Arisen, randomly chosen.
Mourn me not, for I welcome the release. At long last, I am free of eternity, of infinity, free of the cruel, unending ring.
Rip, buff dude. Rip in peace. Well, now that we're the new deity, let's see what we can do. We can sit. Fantastic. Let's test out our godly powers of invisibility. Oh, we can interact. Yes, 'tis a miracle. What else can we do, I wonder? Oh, wait. Oh my. This has potential. Yes. Oh my. We can smite people. And we can take their lives. And they run in terror. Let's see. Oh, wait, no brine, I guess. That's a shame. I think it's time to get Old Testament. Yes. 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 Oh, yeah. Eat it. Yes. We can rule them like gods. Angry gods. See, she doesn't seem too convinced in our power, though. Let's get our Korean word out of the way. It's shin. Deity. Or us. Let's give her a more convincing show, shall we? Yeah. Yes. Goes through him into the ocean. Goddamn ghosts everywhere. Let's see. Now, we're an angry god, but we're not a very creative one. Good old meteors. Yes. Oh, yes, Pip. Yes. Suffer. But it can be a god of compassion and bring them back to life. And then take it right back. Yes. Ooh. Fucking skull meteors. Oh no, Maximilian. Whew. Okay, close call. Well, I'm bored. How about you, Mr. Satan?
How may I serve you?
Oh no. Stuck for eternity with a pawn. Not gonna happen.
No! No!
Sanguinopso. Mr. Satan doesn't seem too concerned.
Master!
How touching. Well, and there we have it. Dragon's Dogma. Quite interesting. And this last bit explains quite a lot, and perhaps adds some more questions. Arisen. This book is interesting. It shows you and information about you. Enemies slain 6,802. Nice. Mr. Satan. Victory is ours. It also goes through and shows pawns that you rented the most, that you had for the most time. And gives their stats as well. Pretty interesting. Nice touch. Now, that last scene on the beach changes. There's actually dialogue if they are certain characters like Kina or Celine. However, well, no one wanted them to be the beloved, so... So now we can talk about just about everything now. I'm sure there's at least some discussion to be had from what just transpired. My take on it, it's a bit fourth wall breaking, I'd say. You're the Arisen because you are the player. The Everfall connects all the worlds, and all the worlds themselves are other people's consoles, essentially. And the pawns travel through the rift, or the internet, and come to your world. That's my take, anyway. Berserker. Fantastic. But wait, I think we are forgetting something. I swear we're forgetting something. But what could it be?
Master!
And they lived happily ever after. The end.